Almost everything we might care about depends on us avoiding global catastrophe. We're talking about the destruction of the world as we know it, the death of a large portion of the world's population, things like that. Even if the probability is low, the stakes are so high that it can still be a large risk. And we've had some close calls. The COVID-19 pandemic was the largest catastrophe in recent history, but a different virus could have hit us worse. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has threatened to escalate to nuclear war, and there's no iron law of nature saying that it won't happen. Meanwhile, climate change keeps getting worse, and artificial intelligence is creating new risks. In the research literature on risk perception, there's an interesting finding that when there's a threat, but then the really bad thing ends up not happening, people often react in two different ways. Sometimes people think, oh, the fact that that bad thing didn't happen, that shows that the system works. We're safe. We don't need to change anything. Or sometimes people think, no, we just got lucky. We need to be more careful next time. In other words, past performance does not guarantee future results. It's important to understand that even when the system works, it can be because there are a lot of people out there making it work. For example, in Ukraine, maybe Russia was never going to launch nuclear weapons because of mutual assured destruction or something like that. But we can't know for sure unless we happen to be inside Vladimir Putin's head, and I'm sure not. Alternatively, maybe the reason why it hasn't escalated to nuclear war yet is because of actions that people have taken, like NATO being cautious in its military support for Ukraine, despite a lot of people calling for them to be more aggressive, or China and India telling Russia to stop making nuclear threats. Okay, the US did too, but Russia actually listens to China and India. For all we know, the only reason why we're all still alive right now is because of actions like these to reduce the risk of nuclear war. Now, that's high-level international politics, but there are roles to play for everyone from world leaders to ordinary citizens. In fact, one thing that I've learned in my years of studying global catastrophic risk is that ordinary citizens really are quite important. And so, my aim for this channel is to present core fundamentals of global catastrophic risk for anyone who wants to learn more and maybe get involved. My name is Seth Baum. I've spent most of my career studying global catastrophic risk, and I probably rate as one of the world's leading experts on it. I am co-founder and executive director of the Global Catastrophic Risk Institute, a nonprofit and nonpartisan think tank. We conduct research to understand the risks and develop solutions. We do outreach to share our ideas, and we provide support for the broader field of global catastrophic risk. If you'd like to get involved, we run an annual advising and collaboration program which welcomes people from all backgrounds and helps them get connected and find opportunities. Our 2025 program is now open, link in the description. You can also help simply by hitting the subscribe button for this channel. Also, check out our website at gcri.org. I'm also launching a separate channel, the Seth Baum channel, for my own personal perspectives on global catastrophic risk and related topics. On this channel, the GCRI channel, we'll cover topics like the somewhat contentious debate over whether climate change counts as a global catastrophic risk and how that helps us understand what we mean by global catastrophe in the first place. Why, after all these years, experts still don't agree with each other about the risks from artificial intelligence and what the rest of us should make of that. If there is a global catastrophe that causes the collapse of human civilization but doesn't kill everyone, what happens to the survivors? Do they rebuild civilization? And finally, one of my favorite topics. There's a really strong argument for caring about global catastrophic risk due to the extremely high stakes. But at the same time, lots of people have other priorities. So then, how do we reduce the risk? If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.